Hello everybody, it's Anne from Stampin' Up. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Simcoe, Ontario. If you live in Canada and you don't have your own demonstrator, please feel free to shop with me. You can reach me at stampsandtea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is stampsandtea.stampinup.net. So as I say, welcome everybody. Today we're making a really quick card. We're going to case a card from the catalogue and hope we can make it reasonably well on the fly, just because I'm short on time. It's graduation week for grandchildren and it's just a very busy week this week. So let me turn the camera down and I'll show you the catalogue and what we're going to use, and we'll go from there. So this is the annual catalogue. It's good till May 2023. We're looking at page 108, and this is called the Hues of Happiness suite. In the suite you get the stamps, the dies, the DSP and the gems that go with it, glossy dots they're called. And this is the stamp set. It's lovely, has some nice sentiments and beautiful flowers. These are the dies. You get a nice background die there, and you get dies that will cut out the flowers. Now these dies will cut the flowers that are stamped, that you stamp, or they will cut the flowers from the DSP, which is what we are going to do for speed today. And this is the glossy dots that go with them, with the whole suite. So let me just put this page so I can see it, because this is the card we're going to make today on the fly. Card base is your standard basic white card. Just turn that up. Basic white card, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have a piece of the beautiful DSP, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4, because we're going to cover the whole of the front of the card with it, just like that. That becomes the background for the card. We've got another piece of floral DSP. All this DSP that I'm using today is all from the Hues of Happiness set. This DSP is this piece is 5 by 3.5, and then I have some other DSP where we're actually going to cut the flowers out of using the dies. We've got the yellow roses we're going to use. We're going to use a blue rose, and we're going to use a little fresh freesia maybe. We've got a piece of what colour is that? Melon Mambo, and that is 4 inches by 2 3/4 inches. We're going to use a little bit of heat embossing here today to put the sentiment on the bottom of the card, and the only thing we're going to stamp really is the sentiment for the bottom of the card and the leaves that go on the card. And we're going to do the sentiment first, so I'm just going to wipe my Melon Mambo with my embossing buddy here. I'm going to open up the Versamark pad, find my sentiment which says happy birthday. I'm going to stamp this on an angle and then trim the card. That looks good. Piece of paper. Make sure I've got lots on. We'll pour this right back into the pot so we don't lose it and we don't make a mess blowing it all over everything. There, the lid back on that. And I have here just a little white erase board that I use to clip my pieces to, so that I don't burn my fingers. You'll have to wait for the noise because the heat gun is just heating up behind me. And the trick is to keep your heat gun moving. Don't keep it still because you'll burn your card. And you'll see it change. There it's going. Just check that. Lovely. That worked well. Now, what I have here is I have some DSP that has the flowers on that I want to cut out. We're going to use a yellow rose. We're going to use a pink or fresh freesia. I think it's sort of an opened rose, and we're going to use a night of navy full rose. Okay, now I'm not going to cut my paper up to cut these flowers out, but what I am going to do, when I say that, I'm not going to cut it in strips to cut my flowers out. What I am going to do is take my scissors, let me see, and I want this leaf here and I want this leaf here, so I'm going to cut around like that, just cutting around the pieces I want. Now I know a lot of people say, oh my goodness, what a waste of DSP, but you know what, if you're anything like me, you keep this DSP on the shelf because it's too nice to use, and you know, when you need it, I mean, use it when you've got it, you know, because if you don't, you're never gonna use it up, you know you're not. So if it sits on the shelf for years, it's not doing anybody any good. Cut that, and I've got one flower and I've got a couple of leaves. I've got a couple of leaves here, and I think I would like this rose here. This piece here I'm just going to cut straight across. Am I? Yeah, there. So we've got 3 flowers that we're going to use. We've got a couple of leaves. We're going to open up the mini big shot or the mini cut and emboss. There's the first die. I'll just grab a piece of washi tape, tape it to the board. Now let's find this leaf here, because we could cut that out possibly at the same time if it will fit. If it won't, we'll cut it out separately in just a minute. Oh, it's close. It's really close. So let's cut those 2 out. See what we get. Hopefully we've got a lovely flower and a lovely leaf. Oh, and we do. There's the flower. There's one leaf. So let's have a look, and what have we got on the other sheet of paper, the other piece of paper. And then we need to find a rose, and I think it's this one, and that just lines up really nice. Let's cut this through again. So again we should have a lovely flower there. That's nice. And you know, don't throw these pieces of paper away, because you know, you can get half a flower which could go at the edge of a card if it had to, or where else it could go. It could back a sentiment for just a nice piece of paper. It would all work nicely together. So I'll just shove that over here. See if I can get my leaf off. Oh yeah, it's a nice leaf. Tape on there, stagger the plates again. So we're just going to cut out these extra light green leaves here, and then we've got lots of leaves to choose from. Oh yeah, they're nice leaves too. Lovely. So we're going to take this die here. Where are we? We're going to take this die here and we're going to put it across the top of the pink card, the Melon Mambo. I'm going to put this right to the top of the pink card. Now, have I got it going the right way? Yes, I think so. Right to the top of the Melon Mambo. Just run this through. And I'm just going to take this piece and slice it off just under the happy birthday, just for an extra little bit of detail. And I'm not measuring it or anything, I'm just sort of lining up my words in this channel on my cutter. There. So now we're ready to put this card together. Let's see what we've got. We got pink dots all over the place. Right. So normally I would use just my tape runner, but I'm going to use liquid glue on this because I need to be able to slide it around on the front of the white card. Okay. You see, when I'm using liquid glue, I can give it a little pull and move it around if I have to. There. That's just glue on the back of the card and that will come off before I finish this card. Next we've got this piece here with the pretty little flowers on, and you can put it whichever way you like. There's no right or wrong way for these flowers. I think I'm going to turn it the opposite way. Again, I'm going to use liquid glue. And I've got about 1/4 inch at the top and bottom of the card, but I've got 3/8 of an inch at the side. So let me just look at that. I think it needs to squiff a little bit. There. So there's that and that. We've got this piece here, which we're just going to set sort of in the middle, and I'm just going to use my tape runner for that. Should hold it there. And now, excuse me, and now we're ready to put some flowers on. Flowers and leaves. I'm going to take this and I'm going to put some glue just on the stem of this little flower here and attach it just right here like this. So there's the first one. So let's put this back on the card so we can see what we're doing. There and there. And this one's going to stick out at the side here, I think. There again, not much to hold it on, but I will put a dimensional on the back of this. Let's put this big flower down and we'll see what we're doing with the rest. Okay, so dimensionals, and I think we can use large dimensionals here. Let's turn this over. And if I place my dimensionals carefully, the edge of the dimensional will catch the edge of the leaf and it will help to hold it in place. And I think what I will do is put a mini dimensional on each of the leaves just for a little extra support. There. Get a couple on here, I think. There, like that. I don't want it to hide my happy birthday. It's really close, but I don't want it to hide. So then let's get a dimensional on here. Now this flower here is going to overlap. The yellow rose is going to overlap the blue rose. So I've got to be careful where I place my dimensional on here. So I'm going to put it in this corner here. There. And then I have the fresh freesia colour. And again, this one's going to tuck a little bit behind, but I want to see the stem, so I've got to be careful where I put the dimensional. So let's see, it could go like that. So I want the dimensional to be here. There. So there. That's it. That's all we need to do with that, except while we've got these beautiful gems, we might as well use a few of them. Oh gosh, they're beautiful colours, aren't they? What colour would we like? Let's take one of these beautiful blue. Maybe if I took that there. Maybe a large yellow in the corner. I'll fill that in. And then a purple. And where could we tuck the purple? We could tuck it here or here, but I think it's going to go here just because that's the bigger space. There. So there it is. There. So there's the card we've just made today. You're more than welcome to copy and share this card. Just say where you learned it, where you saw it, and that it was cased from the catalogue. And if you sell your cards, please put the Stampin' Up! Angel stamp on, which just says all the supplies used were Stampin' Up! Supplies. Thanks for watching, everybody, and have a great week. See you next week. Bye.